A brutal, invisible war raging under your lawn. Right now, beneath your feet, two of the most successful civilizations on Earth are locked in a conflict that never ends. No ceasefires, no treaties, just millions of years of continuous underground warfare. And most of it is happening within a few feet of where you're standing. This is the story of ants versus termites. And the first thing you need to understand is that this isn't a fair fight. It's not even a fight between similar species. It's a war between two completely different biological empires, each built to destroy the other. Picture this. A termite colony has spent months building a tunnel toward a rotting log, a massive food source that could feed the colony for a year. They're close. Then the tunnel wall breaks open from the other side, and it isn't soil pouring in. It's ants. Dozens of them, then hundreds, flooding into the termite passage in seconds. What happens next isn't a skirmish. It's closer to a massacre, and it's happening under lawns, under forests, under sidewalks, all over the world, every single day. Here's why this war is so brutal and so permanent. Ants are hunters. Termites are farmers. Ants build their entire biology around aggression, powerful mandibles, chemical weapons, coordinated attack strategies passed down through scent. Termites build their entire biology around defense and infrastructure. Soft bodies, but soldiers with heads shaped like living battering-rams, and colonies that can number in the millions. When these two forces meet, it's not one bug against another. It's an entire military doctrine colliding with an entire fortress design. Let's talk about the termite side first, because their defenses are stranger than anything in a science fiction film. Certain termite soldiers have evolved heads that are essentially biological weapons. Some species use their skulls to physically plug tunnel entrances, creating a living door that an invading ant literally cannot get past without a fight to the death. Other termite soldiers have jaws so specialized for defense, they can no longer feed themselves. They rely entirely on worker termites to survive, because their entire bodies have been re-engineered by evolution into a single purpose: block the tunnel or die trying. And some termite species go even further. Certain soldiers can secrete sticky, toxic compounds from glands on their heads, essentially turning themselves into a weaponized glue trap, gumming up and attacking ants' legs and mandibles until it can't fight back at all. Imagine a soldier whose entire body is built to sacrifice itself just to slow the enemy down for 3 extra seconds. In a war measured in millions of encounters per year, 3 seconds is often the difference between a colony surviving and a colony being wiped out. Because their side of this war is just as engineered for annihilation. Many ant species that specialize in raiding termite colonies use chemical warfare on a level that puts human military history to shame. They release pheromones that don't just communicate, they physically disorient termite defenders, breaking their ability to coordinate a response. Some ant species have evolved to specifically mimic termite colony scent, essentially disguising themselves as friendly forces long enough to infiltrate deep into a nest before the alarm is raised. Once inside, it's over quickly. Termite defenses are built to hold a single choke point, not to fight off an enemy that's already inside the walls. Ant raiding parties can strip a termite colony of its food stores, its eggs, and its young within hours, leaving a structure that took months to build essentially hollowed out from the inside. But here's the twist that makes this war genuinely eternal, and not just a story of ants always winning. Termites vastly outnumber ants in most ecosystems where they coexist. For every successful ant raid, there are colonies of termites still expanding, still building, still repairing damage faster than it can be inflicted. Some termite species have evolved to detect the chemical signature of an ant scout before an actual raid begins, giving the colony time to seal off vulnerable tunnels completely, cutting the entire section off from the rest of the nest, like a submarine sealing a flooding compartment. This is the part scientists find the most fascinating. Neither side is winning. Neither side has ever won. Ants and termites have been locked in this exact evolutionary arms race for tens of millions of years, each adaptation on one side eventually answered by a counter-adaptation on the other. Sticky glue defenses get met with ants that evolved slicker exoskeletons. Scent-mimicking ant infiltrators get met with termites that evolved more complex, harder-to-fake chemical signatures. It's an arms race with no finish line, because neither species can afford to fall behind. The moment one side stops adapting, the other side wins, permanently. If underground warfare on this scale is happening right now, in your backyard, without you ever noticing it, it might be time to subscribe to Six Legs Deep, because the insect world isn't hiding a handful of strange stories. It's hiding an entire planet's worth of them, and we're only just getting started. There's one more twist to this war worth knowing, because it changes how you'll think about every anthill and termite mound you ever walk past again. Some ant species don't just raid termite colonies for food. They enslave the survivors. Certain ants have been documented capturing termite workers alive and forcing them into their own colony's labor structure. Using captured termites to perform tasks the ants themselves are poorly suited for, like specific types of tunnel excavation in certain soil types. It's not just conquest. In some cases, it's occupation. And termites aren't purely defensive either. Some species launch preemptive strikes, sending soldier termites out beyond the nest, specifically to destroy nearby ant colonies while they're still small, before they can grow into a serious threat. This isn't just an ant story or a termite story. It's two civilizations, each capable of offense and defense, each willing to strike first if it means surviving. So, the next time you're standing on a patch of grass or walking past a rotting log in a forest, remember this. Beneath that quiet, ordinary ground, an ancient war is still being fought, one that's been running since before humans existed, and one that will keep running long after we're gone. Millions of soldiers, millions of casualties, every single day, and you'll never hear a single sound of it. So here's the question worth sitting with. If a war this brutal, this coordinated, and this permanent has been raging under your feet your entire life without you ever noticing, what else is happening right now, in the natural world around you, that you've never even considered?